Okay, let's jump right into a really interesting deep dive today.
Let's do it.
We are unpacking this online entity called the Big Island Reporter. And honestly, it's a digital enigma. It seems intent on defying, every category you try to put it in.
And for you, the learner, we have a highly eclectic, and almost bizarre stack of sources for this one.
Right.
We're talking everything from straightforward site guides,
Yeah.
covering local realtors and gas stations, to these cryptic YouTube transcripts about future superpowers,
And then on top,
and then links pointing directly to the intellectual hub of global tech heavyweights, specifically the Andreessen Horowitz A16Z podcast network.
it's a truly chaotic collection. So our mission here is simple. We're going to try and unpack the platform's multiple, seemingly contradictory identities.
That's the goal.
Local Guide meets what? A global AI manifesto. We want to provide you with a shortcut to understanding this unique kind of boundary erasing online space.
And we really have to begin with the stated mission, which immediately sets this strange tone. The platform is bold. It describes itself as Hawaii's best news web portal,
Best. Okay.
founded with the explicit goal to root out the truth.
And their method for achieving that truth is what really caught our attention. They aggregate news across a very unconventional spectrum. They specifically cite getting news from the left, right, center, and then they add up or down. Wait, up or down.
Yeah.
That sounds almost philosophical. What does that actually translate to in the content?
Well, it translates to exactly the chaos you see in the sources. They're defining their information space
Yeah.
as extending beyond just politics.
Okay, that makes some sense.
But for clarity, we should anchor it first. The person behind all this is transparently named Mark Wood. He's the owner and publisher,
And he's based where?
right, in Kelowna, Hawaii. And that specific physical anchor is what makes the rest of the content so jarring.
Okay, let's unpack this starting with that grounded local identity. How central is Hawaii, the physical place, to the core content of this site before we get to the weird stuff?
The identity is absolutely deeply rooted in the islands. The platform doesn't just report news. It aims for what they call a multisensory portrayal of Hawaii.
A multisensory portrayal.
Yeah. It's about immersion and atmosphere as much as it is about information.
And our sources, they just gush about the visuals they showcase. We're talking stunning landscape photos, vivid descriptions of the vibrant marine life, the iconic volcanoes,
Magnificent sunsets, pristine beaches.
coastlines, waterfalls, lush rainforests. It reads like a travel brochure that suddenly remembers it's supposed to be a news portal.
But they do go much deeper than just the scenery. The cultural element is rich and contextual.
How so?
They detail traditional practices like hula, traditional music, and cultural festivals. And crucially, they spend a lot of time on the island's unique fusion cuisine.
Right, the blend of Polynesian, Asian, and Western influences.
Exactly. They explain how the food tells the story of the island's history.
It's not just the high-level culture either. They seem deeply involved in the community fabric.
Very much so.
We see the platform serving as a genuinely practical local guide, highlighting specific businesses and community touchstones. For example, Dixon 76 in Kona is featured for top-grade gas, repairs, and refreshments.
And they feature local realtors like Lance Owens. They weave the daily grind right into the cultural narrative.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's an explicit goal here to embody and share the aloha spirit, while also providing necessary, critical insight into the lives, traditions, and the very real struggles of indigenous people.
So it's hyper-local, with significant cultural depth and a clear intent to serve the community.
That's it.
And while the focus is currently the Big Island, the sources note the future plan is ambitious to expand coverage to the other Hawaiian islands eventually.
So this local anchor is strong, but the vision is clearly growing outward.
It is, and that strong grounding in local identity only serves to make the next pillar that much more shocking when we pivot.
Here we go.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The source of that whiplash you mentioned. How does this platform, which is so focused on lei-making and Kona coffee and local real estate, how does it pivot without skipping a beat to cutting-edge global technology and artificial intelligence?
It's a completely deep, parallel focus, and it's presented under this very succinct philosophy that functions almost as a warning. AI is the future, you're early.
Okay, you're early.
Yeah, they aren't just reporting on tech trends. They are actively implementing and building advanced AI tools right into the site interface.
Can you give us some examples of that integrated AI?
Sure, You see multiple chat interfaces, including the Big Island Reporter AI assistant, which is powered by a platform called Ocado.
Right.
But the truly sophisticated element is something called AnyModel, an AI aggregator service. Now, for you, the listener, what AnyModel does is significant. It offers access to the biggest, best models like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama, all through a single subscription.
So it's like a universal remote for the biggest AI brains currently operating.
That's a great way to put it.
But that's a staggering level of technical ambition. I mean, how could a small local publisher possibly manage the infrastructure required for that level of AI integration?
It suggests a profound understanding of the current AI ecosystem, for sure.
It has to.
It does. They're positioning themselves not just as a reader of the future, but as an enabler. They also use AI for traditional news aggregation through a tool they call NewsCord.
And what does NewsCord do?
This AI is designed to synthesize information from dozens of sources to give you the full story on complex global issues, bypassing the filter bubbles.
And the list of topics NewsCord tracks covers the full political and global spectrum, which I guess fits their initial left, right, center mission.
It does. We're talking intense geopolitical analysis.
Like,
The war on Gaza, USA crime trends, the Ukraine war, discussions about Trump-Putin peace talks, a gender-affirming care bill, and even the complexities surrounding a de facto Muslim travel ban.
wow. That kind of comprehensive synthesis, especially on politically charged topics, that's high risk.
It is, but that use of AI in these politically charged areas seems to be balanced by a sense of responsibility.
It should be. What kind of safeguards do the sources note?
Well, they're careful to include a crucial disclaimer visible right on the site. AI can make mistakes. Always check the original sources.
Okay.
That commitment to verification, even while aggressively deploying new technology, seems central to their philosophy.
And they clearly aim to curate the absolute forefront of tech discourse beyond just news. They have dedicated Flipboard sections.
Right. Curating external content on heavy-hitting academic topics like artificial intelligence, deep learning, natural language processing.
And even fundamental programming languages like Java, Python, and C++5.
And that global reach is further evidenced by their prominent feature of the Andreessen Horowitz, or A16's podcast network.
Which is one of the most powerful venture capital firms in the world.
Globally, yeah. They specifically highlight episodes covering advanced speculative AI research like evolving embodied intelligence and the quest for AGI, artificial general intelligence.
So it's a small site in Kona actively curating and linking to the core engine of global technological change.
Precisely.
Okay, so if the local focus was down and the global AI focus was sort of center to left-right, then this next pillar has to be the up and down part of the spectrum we were promised.
Oh, for sure.
Let's discuss the truly visionary and abstract content that comes from those wild YouTube transcripts.
This is where we leave the tangible world of local businesses and venture into these grand geopolitical, almost spiritual future visions.
And the most specific and recurring thread detailed in the sources is this concept of the United States of Africa.
And this is not just some vague idea, is it? It's
Yeah.
a specific political manifesto with a hard deadline.
Exactly. The goal is complete unification, specifically scheduled to be achieved by Christmas Day 2026.
That's soon.
Very soon. And the scope is gargantuan, described in one source as stretching from Ohio, Cairo to Cape Town.
Which is a geographical stretch, but okay.
Right, but the consistent infrastructure vision is North Africa to South Africa. Let's focus on that part. This is about changing global power structures, not just news.
Absolutely. The vision includes an electric, solar-powered trans-highway to run the length of the continent, designed for global energy transfer.
And the results of this.
The purported results are equally transformative. The end of starvation and wars, leading the unified entity to become the world's first queen superpower.
Hold on. Why is a Hawaiian news site, which we know is run by Mark Wood, the primary messenger for a Pan-African manifesto with a Christmas 2026 deadline? And it's attributed specifically to messages developed by secret society.
That's the key synthesis point. It shifts the platform from a news portal to an ideological manifesto, a distribution channel for non-traditional esoteric information.
This is the up or down content.
It is. It exists in a completely different dimension from the local guide, but it's treated with equal prominence.
It definitely forces you, the learner, to question the source and the nature of the information. And complementing this vision is this complex musical alliance.
Right. This involves the site owner and publisher himself, Mark Wood, who was also a Hawaiian recording artist known as Blue Turban Stone.
And he collaborates with the Busui guitar, which is described as a 21st century double-sided guitar.
This instrument was invented by a Dr. Isola and registered in Georgia, of all places.
So this is another perfect example of the platform's core identity, blending deep, localized Hawaiian art with global, unique technological innovation. It's high-tech, high art, and hyper-local all at once.
And woven through all this are these abstract lyrical fragments that feel pulled from a philosophical stream of consciousness, providing texture to the site's overall identity,
Yeah, we see these philosophical texts like, the answer is not in me, it's up within yourself.
which feels like a self-help guru, right?
Yeah, totally. And then that's contrasted immediately with the politically tinged misery of being free to be a toy of the powers that be.
And don't forget that constant atmospheric repeating chant referenced in the sources. Heat, heat, heat.
It's a lot. You also have this smattering of other disparate content mentioned in the site guides, ranging from practical airsoft and self-defense content,
References to Pluto TV streaming services.
and a deep recommendation for the Megatrax production music library for producers. I mean, it's truly an unfiltered digital mosaic of the publisher's entire consciousness.
It's a platform built on the premise that all of this information, from a local gas station price to a secret society's vision for Africa, is equally relevant to being informed.
So after all this chaos, laymaking, AGI, secret societies, philosophical musings, we have to ask the most mundane but crucial question. How does he pay for the server space?
Right.
What is the engine that drives this chaotic, multifaceted platform and allows it to sustain itself?
The engine is a very unique and highly transparent advertising model, and the genius of it lies in its technical workaround. It's designed specifically to bypass the single greatest hurdle for online publishers today.
Ad blockers.
Ad blockers.
That's the ad tech arms race. How do they circumvent something that sophisticated?
They explain the strategy explicitly. Instead of using traditional ad-serving technology that ad blockers recognize and filter, their advertisements are served directly within a Google Docs presentation format.
No way.
Yes, our sources confirm this is a technical strategy that ad blockers do not recognize or filter.
That is fantastic. It's not just a creative ad placement. It's a piece of guerrilla entrepreneurship that leverages common cloud software to beat sophisticated ad blocking algorithms.
It guarantees the advertiser review.
Absolutely. It highlights the publisher's technical mastery over the modern web, and the pricing seems cost-effective and is transparently laid out for both local and global buyers.
It is. The standard rate is $500 per year, which is already a competitive price, but they sweeten the deal by including a second year free.
Wow.
There's even a $100 cash discount offered if you pay via PayPal, demonstrating a focus on immediate, tangible transactions.
And those specific tiers for local businesses, especially in real estate, connect the business model right back to that hyper-local anchor.
Exactly. Realtors can purchase specific packages for adding listings to the features cube, ranging from $500 up to $1,000 for the premium switch listings tier.
So it's a hybrid model.
It is. Cheap, visible ads for local services built on a technically savvy infrastructure that ensures their global AI content is funded.
And finally, they actively work to build community engagement beyond just news consumption. They invite the audience into this unique space through interactive features.
Like forums, reader contributions, polls, surveys.
They need that audience interaction to stabilize the chaos.
Which is absolutely necessary when your platform covers everything from the best place to get gas in Kona to the quest for artificial general intelligence.
Well, let's bring the synthesis home. The main insight here is that the Big Island Reporter is not just a platform. It's a meticulously crafted, if chaotic, microcosm of the modern information landscape.
I think that's right.
It functions simultaneously as a hyper-local guide to Hawaii, a global tech hub deeply integrated with cutting-edge AI, and a platform for visionary art and abstract expression.
It deliberately erases the traditional boundaries we expect. It forces local and global, concrete daily news and abstract future speculation.
And even hard facts and artistic manifesto to coexist on the same page.
The publisher's individual eclectic curiosity becomes the organizing principle for the entire site.
It's a blend you just don't encounter often, and its success in sustaining itself through these clever technical tricks suggests that this boundary-breaking approach actually works. It truly makes you stop and evaluate what you're consuming online.
And that leads us to a final provocative thought for you, the learner. Think about the nature of community today. How does an online space that successfully integrates deep local identity, rooted in a specific, beautiful place like Hawaii, with massive global trends, advanced technology, and abstract future visions?
How does that redefine what community and information space truly mean in the digital age?
And more importantly, what does it mean to be informed when the information spectrum, as defined by the Big Island Reporter, intentionally includes not just left and right, but also up and down?
Are you willing to expand your view of what counts as valuable knowledge, or will you stick to the narrow center? Definitely something to mull over the next time you browse the web.
Thanks for diving in with us.